So now now that I've gotten him to engage with me, connect, and I've withdrawn a couple times like I showed you in our previous session, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin to try to kind of close that space, see how close I can get, and even touch him if possible. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to kind of engage him, and I'm going to kind of cluck and push at him. And when he engages me, I'll still turn away like we've been doing. But now I'm gonna very quietly see if I can close that gap, okay? So he's disengaged. I want him to connect and hold his feet. He's connecting, he's looking at me, but it's, oh, I like that. I'm gonna back off of there. Good, good, that was really good. So you see how we're kind of closing that gap, right? Trying to get him to draw in more. So I'm gonna kind of, there. And you see, I keep putting pressure on him until he engages with me. Oh, he's closing in on his own. I'm gonna draw away. Good. So this time I'm gonna drive him a little bit. And I'm gonna be very specific here when I drive. We are only going in one direction. So if he tries to turn to go the opposite direction, I'm gonna push him out. So I'm gonna push him again. He kind of turned in a little bit, so I kind of withdrew. And so I want him to know that when he does turn in towards me, I'm gonna kind of step in front of him here, see if I can draw him in. When he does turn in up, he wants to say hello to you guys, and that's cool and all, but I want him to really turn in and connect with me. And when he does, there, I'm gonna take the pressure away. I'm gonna let him settle there for a moment. Good. And now I'm gonna see if I can kind of close that gap. And what I'm gonna do is I will come probably, and remember I said I'm not gonna let him change directions, so we'll go back, but I'm gonna see if I can close that gap. There. I'm gonna say, hey, let's see if we can hold you there. Oh, there, good. I'm gonna send him around here. I'm gonna see if I can close the gap here. Very good. So when he's not engaged, I've got those feet moving, got him kind of scooting around the pin. When he is, I take the pressure away. I take a deep breath. Nope. Can't change directions. Good. Good boy. There, good. Nope. Don't get to change directions. And he'll learn this in a second as long as I'm consistent with him. If you're approaching me, good. Once you try to kind of cut me off and change directions, you go back to moving. Oh, very good. He goes back to moving those feet. Let's see if I can get a couple steps without him leaving. Just a couple. There. Up. Nope. I'm going to say you can draw in. There. I'm going to see if I can get a couple more steps here. He thought about leaving. There. Good boy. So nice big deep breath here. I'm going to walk away because that time he stood still and let me get a little closer with him for that approach, right? So I'm gonna really just reward him for that choice. I'm gonna come back in here to reinforce the idea that when I ask you to move out, that I'm gonna keep you moving out until you connect with me. So I like that he's standing still here. I'm gonna come in a little closer if I can. But if he decides to move, I'm immediately gonna send him out and say, no. If you make that choice, it results in more work for you, okay? A big mistake people make is they wanna trick their pony, trap them in there. He's free to leave at any point. So I'm gonna see how close I can get here because he's really got those feet anchored and I feel like I could probably touch him here. Oh, look at how his attitude has changed. He's showing me curiosity. He smelled my hand. I mean, I was about an inch away from his nose right there. And I'm gonna go ahead, give him a rub. And I want to, after I rub, just walk away and let him know that again, well, I love that because he connected with me, because he drew towards me, because he trusted me enough to allow him to touch him, that I take the pressure away from him. Notice I didn't insert myself or force myself. He extended to me first. He said, hey, let me see if I can interact. And I'm like, yeah, sure, absolutely. Gave him a rub, loved on him, and then walked away. So that's our first touch with Trinity. Next, we're gonna work on seeing if we can get this halter on him.